Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Music and Moonsaults. I am your host, Chris Bourdine, back again with my good buddy Matt Durr. Matt, how's it going?
Fantastic.
Sweet. Today we're gonna watch some WCW, and I thought it was this year. I wanted to not only celebrate the good matches in wrestling, but I also wanted to watch some of the WrestleCrap and kind of poke fun at it. So,
can I take that fantastic back then? Because this isn't what I signed up for.
Well, I mean, we've done this multiple times before. I started doing this on camera and stuff like this. I mean, we used to watch this stuff all the time and just laugh at it at like your place and stuff like that. So
yeah. I try to block those memories out though. Because some of this stuff is just really hard to watch, and I'm a little anxious to see what you've got for me now. Because I was told I was coming over for the traditional music and moonsaults.
Oh,
not the WrestleCrap version.
This is the new and improved.
Okay.
No, everything you can't. Didn't want to just be like, yeah, this is a really good match all the time. I mean, that's great and all, but I wanted to have some fun, and I mean. So we are going to watch from Spring Stampede 1998, which is 25 years ago now.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're watching this, it will be right around exactly 25 years, but we're a few months ahead of that as we're recording this. And but yeah, and it's a tag team bat on a pole match. Featuring Hollywood Hogan and Kevin Nash from the NWO.
Okay.
And they are wrestling Roddy Piper and the Giant.
Awesome. And this is 1998. So you know it's going to end with a clean, decisive finish. No games, no tricks. We're going to get a clear winner in this match, right?
Oh, I would assume so.
Okay.
I mean, come on. It's WCW.
Yeah,
what could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, fire up your Peacock or your WWE Network if you happen to be outside of the United States. If you are, God bless you. I mean, I'll get to that point in a second. But we're gonna go find if you're on Peacock, Spring Stampede, and we're at season 3. Episode 1, obviously, because there was only one Spring Stampede that year. And I am at 143.14. And we'll get started here. But, I'm glad because I don't use it. And it's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing. Like, I don't know if I don't use it enough or as much now because I'm not paying for it. Or if what it is. But, I miss the old WWE Network.
Oh yeah. When they moved over to Peacock, you can't find anything. I've always hated the season 5 episode whatever.
If you're watching on the pay-per-views, it's really annoying. If you're watching if you're watching Raw or stuff like that, it's a little more helpful. But yeah, on the pay-per-views, it's really silly because, like I said, and now I guess WrestleManias there's 2, but for night 1 and night 2, but there's only one of each. So yeah. Anyways, it's
and I've noticed documentaries that used to be on there are gone now, and then sometimes they come back and they disappear. They've drastically cut down the original content, which to me was what I looked forward to the most with the network. Is as much as I love being able to go back and watch the old stuff. I would get excited when they're like, here's the new season of Ruthless Aggression or the Monday Night War documentary.
Yeah.
Was really nice when it launched. I was hoping they'd do more of those, and they cut that down. They had that Icon show that
they released 2 episodes and then completely dropped.
Yeah.
It's been. You mean you didn't watch the new Ric Flair documentary that just came out?
I had a friend ask me about that, and I was like, There's not a chance in hell I'll sit down and watch that.
No.
Like the Ric Flair produced documentary, he's just gonna babyface himself.
Oh yeah,
the whole time.
Yeah.
But I did like the clip of him where they're like, "Why do you drink so much?" And he's like, "Because I can and I love it." Like, that's gonna be a TikTok sound forever now.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys are all set up. Like I said, we're at 1 hour 43 minutes and 14 seconds, and we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna press play here in 3, 2, 1, play. Right off the bat, would you stop it? Awesome.
Yeah, it's a little too bad we're not going to hear all the commentary, because I feel like just knowing the 4 people in this match and Bobby Heenan's on commentary, there's going to be some gold in there.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Big Daddy Cool.
Detroit's own.
Yeah, that's right. And we're in kind of an interesting time for the NWO. We're a couple months out from the split.
I was just gonna ask. He's got the red and black on, but if I remember correctly, they hadn't split yet.
Yeah, the split happens in June. But you could they're sowing the dissension. There's kind of there's like a the Hogan versus Savage thing going. And it certainly seems like Nash is on Savage's side of things, and there's a power struggle within the NWO, and we're seeing that here with separate ring entrances.
Yeah,
Nash came out by himself.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pay for Jimi Hendrix,
right,
might as well use it as much as you can.
Right. At the time. Us now, it doesn't make any sense because now we're just hearing the NWO theme twice. But here he comes.
On paper, the idea of splitting the NWO after Sting comes in and takes the belt off of Hogan and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it would have been a really good idea. We know long term they never really get a great story out of this. What do you think was missing from the split here?
Balance. Because with Hall and his problems, he wasn't around as much. And so like all the cool members of the NWO ended up on the Wolfpack, and then you add Sting and Luger to that as well.
Right.
And then on the black and white side, you have Hogan and
Scott Steiner.
Scott
That's the
Steiner.
first name that came to my
It's
mind.
like Hogan and Steiner. But I think even Steiner misses some time here soon. Brett comes in at some point. But other than that, he's left with,
it's like
Vincent and Disciple
Horace
and
Hogan.
Brian Adams.
Yeah. Kurt Hennig stays with black and white.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those things where I'm a big Wolfpack guy. I think the Wolfpack theme is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of the, much like the Austin heel turn in 2001. It's one of those things where objectively, like it's a bad thing. When you look at, what happened to the company going forward and stuff like that. And, but just as personal taste as a fan, like I love it. So
fair enough.
I mean, it wasn't my money, so.
Sure. I just remember, like, I was 14 years old when this is going on, and it's right in the middle of Austin's rise.
Yeah.
And I just remember seeing the split and thinking, oh, this is really cool. And I, too, loved the Wolfpack. But after about 3 or 4 weeks, it was like, oh, this isn't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I guess the Giant ends up rejoining, now that I think about it. The Giant ends up rejoining the black and white, too. But yeah, it did kind of like scream, A, we're out of ideas. B, You know, they might be feeling the pressure because now, you know, WWE has caught up by this point. It's April of '98. That's the first time that they. I don't know if it was before this pay-per-view or after, but April of '98 is the first time that they won. They broke the 83-week streak with the Austin McMahon main event on Raw. So it's definitely a real competition now.
Yeah, and I think we're also probably ignoring the real issue is the gentleman in the bandana there.
Well,
probably not wanting to work with anybody, and then Kevin Nash having, you know, his own creative control, and nobody wanting to be the one that looks bad in that situation. That, you know, probably didn't help with the whole splitting them up and getting a cohesive story.
Why do they have that bat so high? My God. Yeah, well, and like, look, we're 4 months after Starrcade, and you know, in our timeline as we're recording this, we're just past the 25th anniversary of that event, and like the you know, the kind of messed up finish to that match and everything. You know, for 4 months, the belt has kind of been hot potatoed around. You know, Sting won it, and then like Hogan either won it back the next night, or there was some sort of controversy, so they held the belt up, and that didn't get resolved till Super Brawl in February. Right. And then, you know,
in between that, you had Hall was waiting to get his title match.
Right, and I think he got the match at Uncensored in March. And then here on this pay-per-view, Savage is wrestling Sting. He's going to win the belt. And then the next night, Hogan's going to win the belt from Savage. And so we're hot potatoing the World Championship all over after, you know, from the, you know, Hogan wins it at Hog Wild 96 from the Giant. And then other than the short, like, week that Luger won the belt in August of '97, it pretty much stayed on Hogan the entire time. Yep. And now all of a sudden we're kind of passing it around a little bit, and that's it's fine to do for you know, a month or so, but if you're gonna do that for an extended period of time, it's just not gonna do what you know, it's not gonna have the same effect.
Yeah, this is the time in wrestling where the championships really start to just become props, and not. And I know in theory they're always they've always been props, but they don't treat it with any sort of respect.
Right.
We got Piper out here pulling out all the classic.
And they kind of, I mean, again, they pretty much ran this well dry too, the Hogan Piper thing.
Yeah, because this you just mentioned Starrcade '97. That makes this you know, 15 months after Piper got the win over Hogan at '96.
And then Halloween Havoc is the Age in the Cage.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
So yeah, we're only a few months after that disaster, and now, I mean, it's a tag match here, so it's a little bit different, but it's still, they're definitely milking the Hogan Piper thing for all they can here.
Well, and it's just interesting that, you know, you're talking about this is the time where WWE, WWF catches up, and they're you know, running their hot new babyface against a brand new heel. Even though McMahon's been there forever, he's a new heel at this point. And WCW's big move is Hogan and Piper again, Savage and Sting, like all these names that have been around forever. They're just kind of recycling the same guys through the main event scene. But you can see the crowd is into a lot of this stuff. Oh my God.
The spank spot. Oh boy.
Ugh.
Well, and to your point again about the man in the well, he's no longer got his bandana, but the story is that there were only certain people that he, wanted to really trusted to work with.
Yeah.
So that explains why we keep going back to the Piper well, because he knew. The weight belt's getting a lot of run in this match.
Well, it's interesting. You got 4 men in this match who combined have maybe 20 moves of offense.
Right.
Realistically,
yeah.
And all of Piper's offense historically has just been dirty heel tactics.
Yeah.
Whether he's a face or a heel, he's raking eyes, gouging eyes, thumb in the eye, back scratching, like all that kind of campy stuff that really makes it hard to to suspend your disbelief.
I don't know why we're making tags. Like, it's obviously, I mean, the objective is to get the bat off the pole and use it. And we just saw a clear low blow in front of the referee, so there's obviously no DQ in this match.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you even have an official out there for? To count the pinfall?
Well, right, yeah. I mean, because, yeah.
And this is the stuff where, like, I understand why people hate Kevin Nash. He's supposed to be a heel in this situation, but here he is baby facing that he wants to face the guy that wants to take his head off when he's got a 45-year-old man that he could just beat up in the corner.
Yeah.
But Kevin Nash, ever the cool guy, has to show he's not afraid of the giant.
I'm for it. I don't care.
You're a Kevin Nash slap, though. And don't get me wrong, I like Kevin Nash, but just seeing that little that's what people talk about with this guy, that he never wanted to look vulnerable ever.
Right. But in his defense too, like, we are, I mean, it knowing where we're going here soon, like,
it's the era of the cool heel.
Yeah.
I get it, but you're not I don't know, you're not doing the company or the match any favors when you're out here making your giant baby face out to be like, oh, he's not that scary. He's not that intimidating.
Well, I think these two are just coming off a feud too.
Yeah. Yeah, because Kevin Nash dropped him on his neck at Starrcade, wasn't it?
Was it Starrcade or Sold Out? There was one match where they were supposed to have, and then Nash didn't end up making it. And I can't remember if that was the Starrcade.
It was Starrcade, now that I think of it.
And then they actually had the match at Sold Out.
And he drops him on his neck.
Yeah. Yeah. This is... I don't like throwing around the psychology word because it's like, what do I know? But, like, this just doesn't seem like makes a whole lot of sense here.
I agree, but it goes back to Shawn Michaels' book where he's talking to Tully Blanchard about what is good psychology, and Tully tells him psychology is whoever makes the fans jump the loudest, the longest, and you can't argue that the people are into the match, at least in the arena. Right? Yeah. No, for sure. But this is this is not knowing the talent that's on the roster at this time, and this is the semi-main. It's a little disappointing to see, like, this slow plotting Memphis wrestling.
I again, like, if it was just a straight tag team match, I think I would be like, it'd be fine. But, like, I don't know, like, they're just working it like a normal tag match when there's the objective is to get a baseball bat to use on the other people. Like,
there's been like 2 attempts at the bat in the whole match.
Yeah.
And if there's no DQ, notice, the referee can't really do anything. Why does it have to be a bat? Have they said specifically you can only use a bat in the match? Because if not, no, because they're choking each other with the weight belt.
Right.
What's stopping you? Just go get a chair.
Right.
So bad.
That's what I mean, though. Like there's a low blow in front of the ref, and like using the weight belt the entire time. But just a couple minutes ago, they did a spot where Hogan was choking Piper in the corner behind the ref, or no, he was choking Giant in the corner, behind the ref's back because the ref was over talking to Piper.
God,
it's like.
So bad.
Yeah.
Why would he step over the rope just to turn around and step right back over?
I don't know. What am I? Ugh.
So bad.
It got a mild cheer, but yeah, it wasn't. The eye poke in 1998 really isn't all that.
It's kind of weird too that this match is all over the. What in the hell?
Giant throwing drop kicks.
It's kind of weird that this match is all over the place. Oh, there it is.
It was a sleeper. Well, I mean, can this match end before someone gets the bat? I guess.
Sure. Why not?
Well,
But I was going to say it's a little weird that this is so all over the place considering, Piper has a reputation of having a really good mind for the business. And Nash, for better or worse, has the same sort of reputation for having logical opinions about the business. But this has not made much sense at all.
No. The bat has been retrieved, but it just fell outside the ring.
Yeah, Hogan literally has the belt in his hand, and here we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, the other bat. Here's the disciple.
So wait, the plan all along on the NWO side was as soon as somebody gets the bat, then you come down, Brother Brudeye.
Yeah.
Until then, you stay in the back.
Right.
Why is he hiding the bat?
Was that the only? Maybe that was the only sanctioned bat.
Oh.
You got him. Oh, yep.
Oh, Hogan's a right-handed hitter.
That's. Oh. Piper moves. Hogan hits Nash in the stomach with the bat, and here come the more seeds of dissension. Wild swing and a miss. Piper's going crazy with the bat.
Wait, Giant got hit with a bat once, right?
Yeah, in the back.
And he's out forever. Oh,
yeah.
Disciple has another bat.
Well, he's got the original bat.
Jeez. Holy hell. That's the WCWI.
Yeah. Wow. Well. Uh-oh. What do we got here? You hit me. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to.
He Shawn Michaels him.
Yeah.
That's Kevin Nash's whole career. Getting hit when he's holding people up for his buddies.
Yeah.
And someone always ducks out of the way. You'd think he learned by now.
Oh.
See, why wouldn't you use that spot in the match?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have a part of the match where they're beating on Giant? He goes like
Giant intercepts the bat the disciple brought to the ring and breaks it over his knee.
Right.
And then the bat that was supposed to be used ends up
being the one.
Yeah, I don't know.
How much longer after this is when he just starts like smoking on the way to the ring and like? Do you remember that?
I mean, it's later this year because it's right before he ends up leaving.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, show the replay of the spank spot. That's a good one. What a weird dichotomy. Like the NWO was like everything that was cool and stuff, but yet you also got everyone talks about Glacier and the Dungeon of Doom like being the hokey 80s stuff during the NWO, but like then you got stuff like this in the main of in the semi-main or whatever with the members of the it's just so weird. That spank spot was like
so bad,
like 10 years out of date.
Yeah.
That would have worked, in the late 80s, early 90s, but not here, in 1998, I don't think.
And I think it's kind of symptomatic of wrestling in general is you've always got this audience that's just kind of discovering this stuff for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So they might react to stuff like that, but then the seasoned fan sees that and goes, "Ugh, how terrible. Why would they?"
Yeah.
Because like I said during the match, you couldn't deny that people were reacting to the stuff. But
yeah,
as a wrestling match, that's really bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Not as bad as I was hoping, honestly, though. That one was just like, eh. And yeah, so on Cage Match, you got a 1.7. And I guess, I don't know, I was hoping for something. I was hoping something that was like hilariously bad. And that was just like, just not good.
Yeah, I wouldn't give that a 1.7. I'd give it like a 3 or a 4. But,
yeah, out of 10.
Yeah, out of 10.
Yeah, just so people are not thinking we're on the 5-star scale here. This is the out of 10. So yeah.
It's 7 stars now, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. How could I forget? Well, that was in Denver, not in Tokyo, so they had no chance of getting that
when
one.
it's in Denver, you lose 3 stars right away.
Exactly. Well, that was WCW in 1998. And then they're just on the slow decline at that point, and
Yeah, it's crazy. They're still the hottest wrestling company in the world at that point. They're still like, they're selling out arenas everywhere they go, and it's crazy that if you look at that match and you just go 6 months from now, they're still selling out arenas. They're still.
Well, because it takes a while. Because like right after the NWO hit, they didn't immediately see. Like it takes a while for everything to catch up. So it took a while for them to start playing bigger arenas once they got hot, and then once things started going downhill, it took a while for the crowds to disperse too.
At the time that we're recording this, you could kind of see that's what's going on with AEW right now. They got really hot, and now they're having a really hard time filling some of these arenas that they didn't have problems with a year ago.
Well, I think the problem is that they oversaturated certain markets. It took them way too long. As we're recording this, they're heading on a big West Coast swing for the next couple months.
Yeah.
And it took them a long time to get out there. They spent and the pandemic obviously, hurt that. But, they've done Boston how many times? They've done, all those East Coast towns a lot.
Ohio. They've hit Ohio, that Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia area. They've hit that enough.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
That area too. And Texas, God, they've done Texas a million times, it feels like. just since they've been back on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, it seemed like they had a pretty good crowd in Seattle, and I think, then coming up here the next, like I said, couple months, them being in California and stuff like that, I think they'll be okay there. But yeah, I mean, it would definitely help too if things were maybe perceived as being a little bit hotter. But
Sure.
All right, well, that was that. So please leave a thumbs up on this video and leave a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and also the audio feed of your choice, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. And yeah, Matt?
I think it'd be interesting to ask people what crappy matches they would like. Like, since you said you were hoping for something really hilariously crappy,
Yes.
maybe ask people to comment there. Give me a crappy match to watch.
That's a fine idea, Matt. Yes, if there's and I want it to, I don't want it just to be bad like this one was. I want hilariously bad. Like I want to be able.
Like when Dean Malenko forgot that the stipulation of a match is you couldn't leave the ring, and like 30 seconds into the match he rolled out of the ring, and the referee had to be like, "Well, I guess that's it."
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Stuff like that. So yeah, leave it in the comments. You can even tweet them at me at Chris. I am still on Twitter. Fortunately or unfortunately,
I mean,
it depends on the day.
Well, by the time this airs, Twitter might not even be
Yeah,
a thing
that's
anymore,
true.
so.
That's true. Oh, good. By the time this airs, is WWE sold or not?
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like that sale's going to happen pretty quick.
big sale right around Mania season.
Yeah. Well, because doesn't the rights deal end they can open for negotiations in like April or May or something like that?
Sure. That sounds right.
I haven't been following like the details of the process, but it's coming up.
That would
soon.
that would seem right because the deals expire in fall of 24.
Sure.
So yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I think that.
And from the last ones, I want to say that I remember them announcing it like a year or so beforehand. So yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, and I would imagine the yearly earning. I don't know what fiscal year calendar the WWE uses.
Yeah, I don't.
They've got to be releasing their financials here soon, so that's going to be the perfect time to be like, give me all your money.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. So, all right. Well, I'm for Matt Durr. I'm Chris Bordine, and until next time, we'll see ya. Where's my mouse?